Now, the reason I kind of wanted to skip fast through the Arbor and Harvest collections, and they're for no reason other than how good these boards are, because they're fine. Maybe let's show the end of that board.
Fine like when your wife says fine?
Yeah.
Or different?
No, I just think that like if you're going to spend that money on the Azek, get the pretty stuff. And this stuff is so good. So, we mentioned before, it's a full thickness board. We mentioned before, there's no wood fiber in that. So you can no, I don't. Well, I thought it'd be like too close to really do it properly there. Oh.
Those are not wood grains, those are saw blades.
X game mode. I'll do this one because I can get closer. But you can see there's no wood fiber in the cap. You see little pockets of air. That's the cellular foam. It's like cellular PVC in that board. So there's no wood in there. No rotting can happen with these. They're just plastic. So this one's called CYPRESS. This is part of the vintage collection. Now you're gonna get that 50-year warranty, like I said, and a limited lifetime in the structural.
Yeah.
CYPRESS, beautiful looking board. If you're looking for something that replicates real hardwood, vintage collection is it. This has got to be some of the most realistic looking decking, like maintenance-free decking boards out there.
Yep.
You lay down a piece of actual, like, maybe not Ipe, but something with a more linear hair.
So like the mahogany and red balau?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And it's like, it's a dead ringer for it. So CYPRESS is a bit more orangey. Let's bring this one in with it. Mahogany. This is probably the most realistic one.
Yep.
But these two work well together if you want. But look at the coloring in that and how realistic it looks. It's a very linear, fine, hair-like graining to it. No knots because the hardwood isn't going to display that.
Correct. Like the tropical hardwoods.
Subtle changes in color like real wood would have.
Yep.
Not just a big black blotch. It's like very realistic coloring.
They nailed it.
Very realistic texture. Everything about it's very realistic. It's awesome. This vintage line is... It's the bee's knees. Murder hornets. It's the murder hornet knees.
No, those are over. We're done with those.
This one's called Weathered Teak, a little bit of a...
This might be one of my favorites.
Maybe a little bit more of like an aged hardwood look. One that's kind of lost a bit of its color and it's on its way to gray. Well, it's called Weathered.
Like my hair?
Teak. Yeah, well, you're maybe a little bit closer to Coastline. Maybe the next color. But this one, very, very cool coloring on it. Love it. Weathered Teak, it's meant to look like teak that's aged a little bit. It's gonna go. That stack's gonna go.
Why don't you fix that? Put it somewhere else.
I don't want to. I'm proud of my accomplishments here.
Break the light.
Break the light.
Right? And then we're gonna have to buy new lights.
English walnut. Now this one's obviously very realistic as well. It's all like a dark, chocolatey brown.
This is a newer color
nice
for them.
Subtle coloring.
Right?
Well, not like it's been out for a couple of years, but it wasn't part of the initial release of Vintage line.
Correct.
So I think the first go they released 4 colors, and then they added 2 more later, and this was part of the 2 more later that came out.
Yeah.
So very nice color as well. Stack that up. How low can you go? And dark hickory. And so dark hickory is a beautiful board, and it's a dark hickory kind of looking color, I'd say. Hey, is that accurate?
It's as dark as any hickory I've ever seen.
Very dark gray. It's got a bit of like a purpley brownish undertone to it. And so because of that, it plays so well. We talked about these dirty grays before, and Coastline, arguably one of the nicest colors in the whole industry. Coastline here pairs perfectly with dark hickory.
Yeah.
And so just to give Coastline its own due here for a minute, let's put that on there, and oh, so good. Like it's got that subtle brown streaking to it, some tanny, some creamy streaking to it. It's like, it's just a perfect combination of yumminess.
Unbelievable. You should write for...
Okay, if we survive this stack, then we're good.
No, you have 2 more to put on there.
No. From down there?
Where'd they go?
No. But I've got these down here.